Welcome to the second Jal Dialogue, a forum where we learn new perspectives around water and sustainability. And today we have with us a very special guest, Ashwani Khurana ji, an entrepreneur and sustainability champion. So thank you, Ashwani ji, for joining us in this show and taking out the time. We'll get started and let's hear about your journey. So can you tell me about your journey as an entrepreneur and how did Karma Lakelands start?
Thank you, Sahil, for having me over today. My journey as an entrepreneur started pretty early in life because I was the son of an entrepreneur, and it was given. But the special thing is that my father, a migrant from Kashmir, migrant from Pakistan, came into the country. And we lived in a resettlement colony for refugees. And he put together all his might to send me to an English medium private school. And there, because I came from a migrant family, my father sold lotteries as a business for a living. And the English language was not spoken at home, and therefore a very slow start. I was kind of ridiculed upon and put down by the peer group and a couple of sadistic teachers. But then as I grew up, my resolve to be in the lottery business, that was what my father did. And it kind of got more and more strong. So the life lesson from my beginnings at least is what caused me a tough start, got me to be resolute in wanting to do exactly the same thing. That caused me the trouble, the turmoil, and actually the bullying. So that's how I started my life as a business person in the lottery business. By the age of 28, I had been in this business for 7 years on my own already. I had not inherited my father's company, but the line of business. We ran two separate companies. And I was the highest income taxpayer in the country at that time.
Wow.
Yeah. The shift towards eco-entrepreneurship started to happen with my meeting Nek Chand, the creator of the Rock Garden in Chandigarh. And his companionship with me, his mentoring, really got me started into tree planting as a way of life, as a passion. And this has later expanded and included conscious living, responsible practices, not just for myself, but the pursuit to promote it to the entire universe wherever I can reach. Thank you.
Because the way, it's quite a fascinating story, migrating from that side of the border and then, facing challenges in the childhood and then having the resolve to do something like this. So I have, of course, been to Karma a few times, and that's like one of the favorite go-to places. What are the kind of sustainable features or the practices that you've incorporated into the whole Karma project? I think that's a very unique way that you've built a real estate project.
Karma is a philosophy on responsible living, conscious practices, ecology, respect for it to the highest level possible first, and a business later.
Okay.
So one thing is very clear: the environment comes first, and incidental to that, to enable us to pay the bills, comes the business side of things. And what is the question? Let's have it again, and I'll expand upon it.
What are the kind of sustainability practices that you have at Karma? Because you said that for you, sustainability comes first. So in what ways, this is showcasing sustainability?
It starts with working on soil, water, and air.
Okay.
Then we look at sights, sounds, and smells. So these are a few keywords that drive us. And a person arriving at Karma Lakelands notices starting from the gate that the no horn signages and the guard reminding you
Mhm.
tells you that there's no laxity when it comes to compromise on sound. No honking is allowed. No smoking randomly can even happen on the roadsides in the outdoors until you found for yourself a designated smoking zone. When it comes to garbage management, the 5 restaurants generate wet waste of 2 kinds: the pranic kitchen waste and the non-pranic kitchen waste.
Okay.
The pranic would mean the uncooked fruit, vegetable cuttings, and leftover rice and simple things. The non-pranic would mean non-vegetarian kitchen waste, the cooked kitchen waste, eggshells, onion, garlic. So the pranic kitchen waste goes into composting through the partnership, the symbiotic relationship that we would have with our cows and goats. And the non-pranic kitchen waste would either be fed to the chickens or they would go into composting. Now, not just these 5 restaurants, but all residents, the entire hotel waste gets segregated like this. The idea is that we are in competition with landfills. We do not send anything to the landfills.
Mhm.
So the wet waste, pranic gets sorted into compost, the non-pranic gets sorted into compost, the e-waste, the battery cells, not just of the residents and hotel guests who come and drop them on these recycling bins, not just them, but our hotel visitors now are being reminded, when you're coming in, please bring in your e-waste or battery cells left over, including your seeds of fruits. This is the mango season. In our reception area, you would see drop boxes saying future trees. You eat a mango at home, whether you're a staff member or a resident, a visitor here, just wash the seed, dry it, bring it to Karma Lakelands, put it in the future trees box, and these would go to the nurseries, and there they'd be turned into saplings, nurtured for a year or 2. And we have a commitment, 2 truckloads a year, which would be probably 5 to 10,000 saplings, go to People Baba of the Give Me Trees Trust. Now, People Baba is a partner with Karma Lakelands in our social forestry schemes. And not only do they teach our people the use of recycled water to nurture our 4 forest zones, but natural forests, the Miyawaki forests, and how to create the irrigation system without having to draw a drop of water from down under. No borewells water are being extracted to water and irrigate are these forest zones. So I've already covered the farm animals, biocomposting. Same thing, after a storm, plants have broken, the pruning clippings and all, either get fed to the goats and cows or biocomposting in partnership with either recycled water or raw sewage. Raw sewage and biomass work together to create great soil energizer.
Mhm.
And the best part is, despite you using untreated sewage at times, there is zero smell, no flies, no mosquitoes, no rocket science about it. All it takes is simple common sense and a lot of passion and devotion.
I can see that. So because I've experienced the whole philosophy and the approach, because when I first visited Karma, that is when I started thinking that this place is different. And then of course, you've shared so many details, and now I can connect the dots of the activities that I was seeing there are, a result of a lot of thought and passion that has gone into building it. That brings me to an obvious question, that how does this balance against the financial needs of running an enterprise? And I think that is where a lot of entrepreneurs who want to get into sustainability face the challenge, and you have overcome it. So would like to know, what are the challenges you faced in this regard and how you overcame it?
The best guiding line on sustainability in relationship to our environmental commitment came from none other than the world famous People Baba, and works well in Hindi. उन्होंने बोला था, अगर आप वनस्पति से जुड़े रहोगे तो कायनात आपके साथ है
जी.
और these lines came from this gentleman who's been our informal partner for the last 5 years, and we've just, as we speak, just 3 days ago on the World Environment Day, we've penned down an MOU with the Give Me Trees Trust to take us to the next level of exposing our microcosm, our working model on responsible practices, for which our doors are open to all campuses, institutions, resorts, to see how it works and be able to replicate. Now, the Kainat is with us. We are able to pay our bills. In fact, we've created a niche market for events, whether it's weddings or corporate, our 5 restaurants, our staycation business, and above all, our main business of residences. People have been shown that if you live responsibly, if you have ecology and respect for it as your guiding lifestyle, then your comforts are actually not compromised because you're committed to this. They are enhanced. And here, when they come and see, they want to buy villas. Yesterday was one day of my life when I saw a dream come true. A potential villa buyer pleading hard that we agree to sell to him, and our salespeople saying, no, we first need to assess your commitment towards responsible living. It's not just the money that helps you get a property here. It's your commitment and the future expectation out of you that would have to be approved by our environmental committee. And once they clear, then the money bit comes in. So not only are we just managing to survive, as was the case for many, many years, we are absolutely comfortable, we are abundant, business is rocking, and we are able to pay the bills for 512 employees in our campus. Business has no dearth right now.
Excellent.
And yeah, the society has evolved to appreciate good things.
Yes.
Comes back to the Kainat line of People Baba.
I agree. I think there's a growing awareness and growing requirement for such experiences and such businesses. So Ashwani, that's a lot of work, and it seems that you're constantly thinking how to make things better in your initiatives. So would like to know, what's your daily routine like, and what are the high points and low points that you have gone through, because there has been a long journey that you have traversed.
Yes, indeed. My day begins pretty early, about 5:30. Starts with my yoga, meditation, chanting practices that I learned from Sadhguru. And I've been following this way of life for the last 17 years. What I heard is what I now experience, that if this kind of dimension becomes a part of our life, then we would always have a pleasant interiority unrelated to our external life challenges. As I was told, I'm neither the mind nor the body. So when we become a third party to what's happening in our lives, then we can handle life challenges far better. having said that, start my day early, do my yoga, meditation, stretching and stuff. A morning early tee off on the Karma Lakelands golf course. My 1.5, 2 hours of the morning golf happens bare feet. Now, this is one golf course which is unique in its protocols. It allows people to play without having to wear collared shirts, tucked in. If somebody doesn't want to wear shoes, bare feet is all right. My morning golf is bare feet. My evening golf happens again. That is booted. So 3 to 4 hours a day, I walk. And this is in addition to my spiritual practices. 90% of my business time goes in planning how to conserve water, how to enhance the soil quality. We've been a part of the Safe Soil movement of Sadhguru. And as I just shared about the composting, now composting using recycled water, sewage, biomass mixing, we've termed it as from night soil to soil energizer. So all these things take up how the days go by, it just flies by. And in terms of personal hobbies and interests, other than golf, I love doing tango dancing. This is an Argentinian dance form, very romantic. Me and my partner, Dicky, love to do it. In fact, we met on the dance floor. Horseback riding is another interest. We have a couple of horses here at Karma. And so it's a very physically active life, a very emotionally satisfying day well spent at the end of the day. I sleep like a log. My head hits the pillow, and the quality of sleep is amazing because of the physical activity during the day. I eat only 2 meals a day, and the intermittent fasting word is new to all of us. Probably last 4-5 years we are hearing, but last 15 years, I just eat a late morning first meal, the brunch at 10:30ish, 8 p.m. dinner, almost nothing in the middle other than fluids, water, juices, and that's how it is.
I think that's how also how the Indian diet was for so many centuries before we changed our pattern. Perhaps that has a better sync, better rhythm with the whole nature. But that's great to know the activity that you have, in your daily routine. Spirituality, seems to be a very core part of your life and perspective, and spirituality is closely related to sustainability. So I would like to know, how have your spiritual experiences shaped your views on sustainability, and also how your experiences in sustainability have enhanced your spiritual endeavors?
Spirituality, sustainability, and nationalism or patriotism. I see a clear relationship between all these. Let's start the other way around. Here at Karma Lakelands, on the recent Republic Day, 26th January, we installed a 108 feet high Indian flag. 5 p.m. every day, under lightning, rain, hot or cold. The national anthem is sung. Staff, visitors, golfers, hotel guests, all, whoever wish to join, sing the national anthem 52 seconds ritual daily, which Rishihood University should also begin with.
We would love to.
And whether you have it 108 feet or 10 feet doesn't matter. But, if you're patriotic, you love your country, you love your Mother Earth, you're not going to litter your Mother Earth.
Right.
You're going to enhance her health. The quality of the soil and the quality of water that go together to grow your food will decide the quality of food you eat and the quality of human being, the health of the human being that you will be. We have a very clear understanding. Every person in the top teams of Karma Lakelands wears a badge. It says, I am for Swachh Bharat. There's nothing political about that. And I often ask people, look, does it say Swachh Karma Lakelands or Swachh Bharat? In your house neighborhood, in your area of influence, your friends, your relatives and their friends, are you spreading the Swachh Bharat message or not? This should be a way of life for you. Whether you switch employments as you go along in life or stay with us in this company, we want to be proud of having created responsible, conscious citizens of Mother Earth, not just happening as employees of Karma Lakelands, but global citizens who are inclusive, who are responsible. So, once we work on our staff, the amount of pride they have, whether they're bringing mango or jamun seeds to be dropped into the future trees boxes, or telling their neighbors, look, don't throw battery cells in the bins. These cells will go to the landfills, they will break, they will leach their poison, which will reach the soil, water tables, nurture food that's being grown, and that food which you have caused to happen with toxic inputs is going back to your children or grandchildren. So if all of us understand this, if all of us understand that the tree is half my lung, what I inhale is the exhalation of the tree, and what I exhale is the inhalation of the tree. Nobody will have to remind me to grow a tree, to protect a tree, because that's my lung. I have to look after my health and protect my lung.
Yeah.
And so these are things that we spread out to our employees, to our visitors, and magic happens. Not only does business come back to us in a big way, enabling the salaries and all bills to be paid on time, never late, but the deepest joy that every employee proudly gathers. They even bow their heads in namaskar because there's a science to it that they understand. You're balancing your energies, your left brain, your right brain, and balanced energy creates a calm in you,
right.
a humility about you.
Right.
So, so this is spiritualism, this is environmental care, this is abundance of spirit, of your bank balances as a business, as individuals. So everything flows and grows together out of abundance.
Great. Now, there's a lot of food for thought there. And you beautifully, kind of combine all these three major parts of, a fulfilling life. The environment, the nation, and the self. I think that's a beautiful combination, and you've seen how they reinforce each other. Very well put. Would like to know, what is the future for you and for Karma Lakelands? When you've done so much, is there any other major development that you've planned, or any initiatives that you're going to take in next decade or so?
Yes. See, as we go along, we are expanding from our golf and hospitality offerings into real estate. We'll have about 700 apartments built, work starting in the next couple of months. Government approvals are already in place. And the slogan of the Soba developers, Karma Lakelands future plan on real estate apartment offering, is where fine living and development merges with eco-friendliness. So some 700 plus people committed to eco-friendliness are going to be the future residents who would buy property from our partners, Shobha developers. And this would be a model to be showcased to the world outside.
Yes.
And our real pride, our real offering to our country, to the not just the nation, but to the world, would be how responsible living enhances your life, not coming in as a compromise to your comforts.
Right, right.
And this is going to financially do well, despite it not being the key pursuit of the company, because the key pursuit is to do your karma right. And that's how we derived the name of the company as well as the name of the project. They are both the same.
This is great. I asked you a lot of questions. One question that intrigues me was just before we got on this call, I was looking at your WhatsApp status, and it says that you were at war with litterers, smokers, honkers, and straw suckers. So just like to know, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, well, as they say, hate the sin, not the sinner. So we all are at war against littering, and therefore we have to intervene with the litterers. Then smokers. At Karma Lakelands, even outdoors, random smoking we do not allow.
Okay.
You have to find yourself a designated smoking spot for you to go and smoke in. So you wouldn't randomly see cigarette stubs all over the place. That you would see in every place, even fancy places, even golf courses. We are the only golf course which threatens to turn out a golfer who refuses to respect our non-smoking protocols. It's clearly written that if you're seen violating our non-smoking policy, you'll be asked to leave without refund of the green fee that you paid.
Okay.
Now, we have the audacity to be kind of, rude in our communications, but it's hardcore business of ensuring that the right things happen. And so that's how we say that we are at war against smokers as well. And then honkers. You would have appreciated that, we are very careful about the sights, the sounds, the smells.
Yes.
So why should there be any honking at all? I don't understand. And within the campus, the guards respond to sight and not sound. Whenever a visitor cars come in, they can see it either through their security cameras or they're physically standing there. If they need to ask you a question, who you are, where do you want to go, do you have a gate pass, they'll anyways ask you that question, whether you're honking for their attention or not. And therefore, if you honk, they'll take more time in responding to your desire to get the gate opened. And you'll be made to feel awkward. So that's what it means when we say we are at war against honkers. When it comes to drinks, you go to any of the restaurants or the AK's bar, and they'll get you your drink without the straw, because the idea is to have people sip their drinks as was supposed to happen naturally.
Correct.
So you rather be a sipper of drinks rather than being a sucker of drinks through a straw. This phrase was coined, especially during the time when we had plastic straw.
Right.
Those were the days a paper straw was offered to a guest only upon request.
Right.
And there was a slogan written out there. The creatives said, be a sipper rather than being a sucker, because suckers suck straws. And so now most places are using paper straw. Here at Karma, you'll get a paper straw not as default, but as a special request. So that is why I have enjoyed putting this message out on my WhatsApp DP. Thank you.
Excellent. It was great, a great conversation. I think the attention to the details that you have, including to the detail of how we sip the drink, that talks a lot about your passion for the sustainability, for the environment, and how you've incorporated it into your business. And I hope that through your life, more and more people will take this inspiration, especially the young, aspiring social entrepreneurs at Rishihood University. I hope they will be taking a lot of inspiration from your work and building such enterprises and initiatives in their own lives. So thanks a lot, Ashwani, for your time. It was really a enjoyable conversation.
I will close with inviting the eco group of the Rishihood University to come visit us at Karma and see for yourselves a working model on sustainability, making great business, great energies, a joyful living and joyful lives. You all have to visit us, and we'll work together on creating more and more responsible citizens of India. Thank you
so much. Thank you so much. We'll definitely like to do that. Thank you so much.